Good evening, everyone. I'll call this Tuesday, February 11th, 2025, North Liberty City Council meeting to order. Tracy, can we have a roll call, please?
Leibold.
Here.
Park.
Here.
Sittig.
Here.
Smith.
Here.
Wason.
Here.
Thank you. Item 3 is approval of the agenda. There are no changes to it. Could I have a motion for consideration, please?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Smith, seconded by Sittig. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Agenda is approved. Item 4 is our consent agenda. Again, anything on there to take off and talk about separately? Could I have a motion for consideration, please?
So moved. Second.
Moved by Sittig, seconded by Wason. Any questions on that? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Consent agenda carries. Item 5 is public comment. This is time for anyone to address the council on an issue that's not already on the agenda. I'll open the public comment period. Seeing none, I will close the public comment. Item 6, Josiah, is our engineer's report, please.
Thank you. Update for you guys on the Interstate 380 and Penn Street interchange project. The DOT and their contractor have scheduled a pre-construction meeting this month on February 19th. That'll be here in North Liberty. You probably may have noticed some of the traffic control prep and grading work around the bridge has kind of started. But we anticipate that the contractor will basically move into the site at the beginning of March to start on the work on the ramps. We think, based on our initial feedback from the contractor, the first ramp closure is likely to occur later this spring, late spring, early summer. And it's just a reminder, each ramp will be rebuilt and each ramp will be fully closed for a period of about 3 months or so. So I think that first one will happen late this spring or early this summer. Quick update on 2 projects we've got in the design phase. Forever Green Road and Jasper Avenue improvements, the intersection on the roadway. The survey work is now complete for that, and we've got project kickoff meetings planned for late February. Similarly, Ranshaw Way Phase 6, all the survey work is complete on that project. So right now we're working on the concept statement. I mentioned this, I think, last meeting about a concept statement. Ranshaw Phase 6 is a federal aid project. It goes through the DOT, so the concept statement is a document that basically kicks off the whole design process. So we're getting that ready to submit this month. And then on Centennial Event Center, if you've been out there, it's starting to look like a building for sure. The building roof is framed and the roof deck is installed over the main building where people will, the gathering spaces. The outdoor stage area, the columns and roof trusses are in place, and the overhead deck is still to come. You'll see the yellow, most of the exterior sheeting is on the building, so that's good. That'll allow the walls and the water vapors barriers to get installed. And most exciting, the water main and sanitary sewer connections to the site are wrapped up. So that's it, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Are there any questions for Josiah? Thank you. Ryan, item 7, the city administrator report, please.
Okay, thanks and good evening. Just a couple items to note. First, the City Council agreed to purchase the property at 240 North Main Street earlier this year. We intend to close on that property February 18th, so in a week, just over a week. That'll be under our ownership, so we'll be landlords for a couple months until those leases expire, and then we'll excuse me, and then we'll get in there and remove or clear that property. And then lastly, a reminder to all the listeners out there this evening, we've declared a snow emergency in anticipation of anywhere up to 8 inches of snow starting tomorrow morning at 4 o'clock. So we'd ask folks get their vehicles off the street tonight so that we can have smooth sailing in the morning when the plows are out. That's what I have this evening, Mayor.
Thank you, Ryan. Anything besides snow for Ryan?
Ryan, with the declaration, could there be any delay in trash pickup tomorrow? And if so, how would that work?
Good question. We don't know at the moment. The it'll be a game time decision for LRS, and once that happens, if something happens, we'll get it out on our channels, our email address, the email blast that we have, and then on the website.
Okay. Thank you.
Anything else for Ryan? Thank you. Move on to the mayor's report. I really don't have anything to report too significant. This weekend, this Sunday, actually, I haven't told Ryan this. I'm going to meet with Boy Scout Troop 216. They usually do this once or twice a year, so we'll meet here in council chambers and talk to them. So that's the kind of activity. Item 9 is council reports. Are there any things that you all have been up to the last couple of weeks on behalf of the city out in the public?
Mayor, I can start. We had the Better Together 2030 Bravo Awards. Had a lot of fun being able to present a Sizzle Award to the Mayor's Youth Council. So thank you for your leadership on that, Mayor, and the work of our staff that has made that a successful program and that it continues very strong. So thank you to all those as part of that. And thanks for giving me the opportunity to present them the award. They've worked hard for it, and it was good recognition for that group.
Thanks for doing that. Anyone else? Go, Brian.
So we went, emergency management had their meeting last week and finalized the budget for the year. And then they'll have their budget meeting, another budget meeting to finalize everything. But they're always ahead of the rest of the city budgets and stuff. And included in that was a building in Tiffin, which will house some of the equipment that's now sitting outside in various places so we can get it all out of the weather to protect it. And we did go to the MPO meeting, and a lot of, the housekeeping things were done and stuff. The disappointing thing was we spent a lot of time and effort in working on possibly using the Crantic rail line or something, and after we had been assured that that seemed like a feasible thing, the railroad decided that they did not wish to proceed with that. So that's kind of back to square zero.
It is. Thanks for that update. Anyone else?
Yeah, I also went to the MPO meeting, and one of the things that, there was a presentation by about Trip Connect, the new microtransit system in northern Johnson County, and I know there's going to be, I think Greater Iowa City is going to be doing a presentation about that next week. Is that right, Ryan? Do you recall?
Yeah, there's a lunch and learn being provided by the county.
Yeah, virtually, right?
Yes.
I highly recommend anyone who's interested to go and watch that, because it's taking off, and I think it's something that we should be watching pretty closely. And then February 1st, I went up to the airport for the legislative breakfast they have every year. It was iced out the first in December and rescheduled for last weekend, or a couple weeks ago. Was it last weekend? I'm lost. But the exciting thing, we were able to get off the bus and tour the new area that they're building, which they intend to open this month, which is a huge thing. So that'll be a really great thing for our region. That's all I've got.
Thanks for going to that. Appreciate that. And both of you for being at that MPO meeting last week. Anyone else?
I would just add, I was also at the Better Together event, and Councilor Smith did a fantastic job presenting that award, and congratulations to the Youth Council. Well-deserved award there. If I could just shout out South Slope for their personal donation and then getting a grant. So that was $360,000 towards Centennial Park, which was fantastic.
Just to clarify, it's a 0% loan, which is still very good. But so it's not a grant, but it will save about $80,000 in interest. So it's very significant.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What he said. Yeah, that's it. Thanks.
Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, for me, just a little bit of visibility into the community. Attended the legislative Forum for Agriculture Business Breakfast in Johnson County. So thank you to those folks that was down in Iowa City for putting that event on. It was a lot of good information, a lot of healthy conversation, as you can imagine, with that topic. Wanted to say thank you to Collins Community Credit Union for hosting Coffee Connections last Friday. I was able to attend that. And then kind of a attendee, non-attendee, it did manage a few stops on the Snuggie Crawl last weekend or 2 weekends ago, whenever that was. But just another great event by our staff to kind of wrap up Beat the Bitter. So just my appreciation for those folks that put that effort into that, because it was a great event.
Thanks, Brian, for bringing that up.
Just one. Yes. So, and then that grant though from South Slope, the good thing about that is the money, it stays in the community then.
Yeah, so good point. It's called, we actually did something similar, since you brought this up, I'll digress just a little bit, but we did something similar with the library years ago. Co-ops are eligible for these, they call them red leg, that's an acronym, red leg loans to the initial agency, which would be us, and then we repay that back at 0% interest. And then it stays with South Slope, or when we did it for the library, it was actually Lynn County REC. And then they get to reinvest that through grants or loans that will help economic development in rural areas. So none of that money would most likely come back in North Liberty. We see it initially. But then in their other areas, they can reinvest that through grant and loan programs. So it's a good program. Thanks for asking.
Thanks for bringing that up, especially in an open meeting. We'll move on to item 10, which is the off-road utility vehicles ordinance amendment. And item A is public hearing regarding proposed amendments to the UTV ordinance. Is there anyone in the audience wishing to make comment on this ordinance amendment? Seeing none, I'll close public hearing. Item B then is first consideration of ordinance number 2025-03. This is an ordinance amending Chapter 75 of the North Liberty Code of Ordinances governing the use of off-road utility vehicles. Could I have a motion for consideration, please?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Wason, seconded by Smith. You guys have any questions about this?
So basically, we're just taking the preset sunset out of it and letting it go. So,
Yep.
and we haven't changed anything else with it. Instead.
Nope. Have we had any citations or anything related?
I have issued 0 citations.
Okay.
Any other questions? Tracy, could I have a roll call, please?
Wason,
Aye.
Sittig,
Aye.
Park,
Aye.
Leibold,
Aye.
Smith.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 11 is a snow emergency and parking citation appeals ordinance amendment. And item A is public hearing regarding proposed amendments to snow emergency ordinance and parking citation appeals. Anyone in the audience wishing to make comment on this ordinance? I'll close the public hearing. Item B is first consideration of ordinance number 2025-04, an amendment and an ordinance amending chapters 69 and 70 of the North Liberty Code of Ordinances concerning snow emergencies and contested parking citation appeals. Could I have a motion for consideration, please?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Sittig, seconded by Wason. Any questions about that? It was a great comment, question to Ryan earlier. Tracy, could I have a roll call, please?
Sittig,
Aye.
Wason,
Aye.
Park,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Leibold.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 12 is zoning code ordinance amendment, and item A is also a public hearing regarding proposed zoning code ordinance amendment regarding fences and accessory structures. Anyone in the audience wishing to address council on this amendment? I'll close the public hearing. Item B is staff and planning commission recommendations. Russ.
Thank you, Mayor. We had in December and January 2 separate appeals. The zoning ordinance directs that the code official, which is me, provide interpretations to the zoning ordinance, and people may challenge that interpretation, and that appeal is considered by the Board of Adjustment. We prevailed on both of those, but I always look for opportunities, if there are, to strengthen the zoning ordinance. The first one was an appeal of an accessory building that was constructed to a detached garage. Again, we prevailed, but it just makes sense in my mind to just add a little bit of language to the code to clarify anything. It doesn't jeopardize any past actions of that we prevailed in those. And the second one pertained to fences and shade structures. The zoning ordinance provides a lot of definitions, but it doesn't define everything. It didn't define fences or shade structures. In those cases, you actually go to the Webster's Third New International Dictionary of the English Language, unabridged copyright 1986. And so
Very good year.
yeah, we opened up that and we debated the language in that definition. And I thought, wow, why don't we just put exactly what we mean in the zoning ordinance, and we don't have to do that. So those are it. That really just a cleanup of something we really don't look at very often, but causes you to think, yeah, we could probably strengthen that. Planning Commission did consider this at its February meeting and unanimously recommended approval.
Thank you. Thank you for your time in the last couple of months also.
Thank you.
With that. Item C, is first consideration of ordinance number 2025-05, and this is an ordinance amending chapters 167 and 169 of the North Liberty Code of Ordinances, governing definitions of and regulations for fences and accessory structures and uses. Could I have a motion for consideration, please?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Sittig, seconded by Smith. Are there any additional questions about this one? Tracy, could I have roll call, please?
Smith,
Aye.
Park,
Aye.
Sittig,
Aye.
Wason,
Aye.
Leibold.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 13 is Lot 15 Deerfield 7th Preliminary Site Plan. Item A is Staff and Planning Commission recommendations, Ross.
Thank you, Mayor. This should be familiar to you. There was a recent rezoning from RM8 to RM12 to allow for this construction of this additional 12-plex. And so the rezoning was ultimately approved, and then this preliminary site plan brings forward a 12-plex, garage parking, related parking. There's also a common area feature, a gazebo, that they're going to relocate and provide pavement to that as well. So pretty straightforward request. It matches the design of the other building, so it fits in just fine. So Planning Commission did consider this at its February meeting and unanimously recommended approval.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there an applicant presentation? Seeing none, I'll move on to item C, which is resolution number 2025-18. And this is a resolution approving the preliminary site plan for Lot 15 Deerfield 7th, North Liberty, Iowa. Could I have a motion for consideration?
So moved.
I'll second, Mayor.
Moved by Waston, seconded by Smith. Are there any questions? Tracy, could I have roll call, please?
Leibold,
Aye.
Wason,
Aye.
Sittig,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Park.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 14 is the FY 2025-26 budget, and item A is resolution number 2025-19, a resolution setting time and place for a public hearing for the purpose of considering the Consolidated General Fund tax levy for the fiscal year 2025-2026 budget. Could I have a motion for consideration, please?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Sittig, seconded by Leibold. Are there any questions about that? Tracy, roll call, please.
Park,
Aye.
Sittig,
Aye.
Leibold,
Aye.
Wason,
Aye.
Smith.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 15 is Greenbelt Trail Parts 3 and 4 final plats, and item A is resolution number 2025-20, a resolution approving off-site utility easement agreement for Greenbelt Trail Part 3. Could I have a motion for consideration?
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any questions or any explanation anybody wants to throw out there first? It's pretty straightforward in the packet, so. You do?
No, I don't
Okay.
have any.
Are there any questions? All right, Tracy, roll call, please.
Leibold,
Aye.
Sittig,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Park,
Aye.
Wason.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item B is resolution number 2025-21. And this is a resolution approving the surety agreement for Greenbelt Trail Part 3 and 4 between the City of North Liberty and Greenbelt 3-4 LLC. Could I have a motion for consideration?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Sittig, seconded by Wason. Any questions on this one? Tracy, roll call, please.
Leibold,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Wason,
Aye.
Sittig,
Aye.
Park.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item C is resolution number 2025-22, and this is a resolution approving the final plat for Greenbelt Trail Part 3, North Liberty, Iowa. Could I have a motion for consideration?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Siddig, seconded by Wason. Any questions on this one? Tracy, roll call, please.
Siddig,
Aye.
Leibold,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Park,
Aye.
Wason.
Aye.
Motion carries. And item D is resolution number 2025-23, a resolution approving the final plat for Greenbelt Trail Part 4, North Liberty, Iowa. Could I have a motion for consideration?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Smith, seconded by Siddig. Any questions on this one? Tracy, roll call, please.
Siddig,
Aye.
Wason,
Aye.
Park,
Aye.
Leibold,
Aye.
Smith.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 16 is North Liberty Road Trail Project, and item A is public hearing regarding proposed plans, specifications, and estimate of cost for the North Liberty Road Trail Project. I'll open the public hearing for the trail project. Seeing no comments, I'll close the public hearing. Item B is resolution number 2025-24, and this is a resolution finally approving and confirming plans, specifications, and estimate of cost for the North Liberty Road Trail Improvements Project. Could I have a motion for consideration, please?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Park, seconded by Leibold. Are there any questions about this, you guys?
Mayor, I'm just wondering, Ryan, the work that had to go in to get the federal transportation funds, what goes into that?
Well, it's been a while. I think that we did that pre-you even, Russ.
Correct.
Really?
But it's a grant through, in this case, through the MPO, and we're competing with other cities within our area. I would guess I'd let Russ speak to the complexity of the grant application. We're actually going to be in the process of filling out a couple more here as the deadline for the next funding cycle is coming up soon. While the application, and there's obviously certainly some talent involved in writing those applications. I think the real work comes on the backside when we're designing and then getting audited after we've gotten the money or after we receive the money. And I will put a plug in for Josiah because recently, or within one of the last projects, the DOT auditor called me up and said, these guys know how to close out a project. These guys being Shive Hattery, and Josiah was the lead. So we're fortunate enough to have that experience when it comes to receiving federal money. Did you have anything to add on the application side of things?
No,
Not
no.
to discredit that. I know that's
Oh,
also
I just wanted to say that's where the real work happens. I get.
And that's a once every 5-year cycle of,
There's two types of grants that we typically go after. It's SGTGB, and this was a TAP program. But yeah, they're spread out. I know we have one coming up at the end of February that we're going to apply for. So these are real dollars. I mean, these are like $1 million bucks. So these are really beneficial and make a project like this happen.
thanks for bringing that up, Ryan. Are there any other questions or comments? Tracy, can we have roll call, please?
Wason,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Park,
Aye.
Leibold,
Aye.
Siddig.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 17 is RISE project completion settlement, and item A is resolution number 2025-25, a resolution approving and authorizing the RISE project completion settlement. Could I have a motion for consideration?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Siddig, seconded by Wason, reluctantly.
Yeah.
Are there any questions, you guys? All right. Tracy, roll call, please.
Siddig,
Aye.
Wason,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Park,
Aye.
Leibold.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 18 is zoning code ordinance amendment, and item A is third consideration and adoption of ordinance number 2025-01. This is an ordinance amending Chapter 168 of the North Liberty Code of Ordinances pertaining to residential district dimensional standards. Could I have a motion for consideration, please?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Siddig, seconded by Park. Any questions on this? Tracy, could I have roll call, please?
Smith,
Aye.
Sittig,
Aye.
Park,
Aye.
Wason,
Aye.
Leibold.
Aye.
Motion carries. And item 19 is Greenbelt Trail Part 8. Item A is also a third consideration and adoption of ordinance number 2025-02, an ordinance amending the zoning map district designation for certain property located in North Liberty, Iowa from ID Interim Development District to RS6 Single Unit Residence District. Could I have a motion for consideration, please?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Park, seconded by Leibold. Any questions on this one? Tracy, roll call, please.
Park,
Aye.
Sittig,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Leibold,
Aye.
Wason.
Aye.
Item B is staff and commission recommendations for this preliminary plat. Is that what we're looking at here, or are we done? Okay,
Preliminary plat.
go
yes.
ahead there. Thank you.
Okay, so this planning commission did consider the zoning and the preliminary plat together, but this is, and so we had to wait for the zoning to catch up. So this would be the preliminary plat is 33 single-family residential lots. As I mentioned at the zoning, it's going to take a while for them to get up here. They're currently on 3 and 4, as we saw tonight. Still have 4, 5, 6, and 7. This would be 8, which runs along the boundary, east boundary of Arlington Ridge. And I think it was a nod to just give some assurances to those folks out there that this area would indeed be single-family residential, which I think everyone appreciated. A portion of this is in the same drainage basin as the other phases, which will drain to the same location. So it just made sense for them to come forward with this and include it in the larger Greenbelt vision. So Planning Commission did unanimously recommend approval at its December meeting.
Thank you. Is there an applicant presentation? All right, I'll move on to item D, which is resolution number 2025-26. And this is a resolution approving the preliminary plat for Greenbelt Trail Subdivision Part 8, North Liberty, Iowa. Could I have a motion for consideration, please?
So moved. Second.
Moved by Sittig, seconded by Park. Brent, how you feel about this one?
Good. And the work that was done with the partnership is fantastic. I've heard nothing but good things out of Arlington, and just appreciate the work on both sides.
Yeah.
Very much.
Any other questions or comments? Tracy, will roll call, please.
Wason,
Aye.
Park,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Sittig,
Aye.
Leibold.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 20 is old business.
Mayor, only, I guess, Ryan, to put you on the spot a little bit on old business. We discussed a while ago a signage project, and we looked at a presentation from a company on putting signage throughout the city, and where does that project stand?
We're
Don't look at me.
we've kind of just tapped the brakes on it until next fiscal year.
Okay.
We'll see what kind of funds we have available
Okay.
in our in the planning and zoning budget. But it's really just, I mean, I think we got a good baseline. It's just really a matter of funding.
Okay.
And I would note that Russ has been working with the university as they are planning for signage. And so we're trying to coordinate what they put up to eventually, they'll put up some generic, I would call it relatively generic looking things immediately, but then I think there's some willingness to work with us on our design template to change those out when the time comes.
To help meet the design ideas and standards that have come out of our visioning project, I hope.
Yeah. I mean, in the short term, and we wanted to solve a short-term need. You know, we didn't want to get too far ahead of ourselves and try and put permanent wayfinding signs out there when we have no idea what that design is going to look like. And so they came to us and said, hey, how about these little blue signs in these locations? And it made perfect sense to us. And that honestly was a sigh of relief because it gives us time to really do our due diligence and get the design right, get it adopted, get it vetted through the community, and then really figure out those locations we want to get them. So I thought perfect solution.
Yeah, I appreciate that because I think that's what I remembered last was let's get it right. Let's take our time and get it right. And I'm glad that to hear that we are actually doing.
And I did talk to one consultant, just kind of about kind of the scope of what we were looking for, and I got an estimate. Also talked with a different consultant about, hey, this is kind of what we're looking for. Still waiting for, just to give us an idea of because when we put out these RFPs, I like to put in a price range, just so we're comparing apples to apples. So waiting back on that, and I think that the two people that we're talking to right now, we'll obviously reach out for more, but two very solid companies.
Excellent.
And also talking to a few people, we've got the talent in the corridor sign companies, the Cedar Rapids area, particularly that would be able to manufacture these. So we don't have to go very far to get these, which is great.
Awesome. Thanks, Mayor.
Welcome. Anything else? New business. Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So,
Second.
Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.